Using EdPuzzle, you can bring in a brand new video and add a bunch of questions to it or edit it however you like. But you also have the option to search through all the EdPuzzle projects that other teachers already created. There are several ways to do that. One is on the home page of EdPuzzle, you can simply scroll through the suggestions that EdPuzzle is making. You can see that it gets to know you as you view and assign topics. So it's giving me suggestions about computers, and if I liked any of these videos, or if I at least wanted to start with one of these rather than starting from scratch, I can see just from looking at the tiles that here's a 3-minute video and it has 7 questions in it that other teachers have created. And if that sounds interesting to me, I can check it out and maybe decide to change it a bit or assign it as is. There are 2 other places where you can search. There is, of course, the search content bar. So I can type in, if I am looking for something about bridges, I can type bridges here and just sift through the results exactly the same way I'm looking through this home page. The third place is to start in curriculum. And curriculum is nice because it does show you all of the different content areas that are covered in EdPuzzle. So you can see all the different areas, especially for middle school. These are really a good place to start. But you can click into any of these subjects. And if I'm a science teacher and I'm teaching physical science at the moment, and I'm about to start force and motion, this will give me just a great list of topics that are already here. You can see that these first videos, this one has 12 questions already in it, and it's just a 2.5-minute video. So if I'm going to be teaching the laws of motion, the 3 incorrect laws of motion sounds like an interesting place to start. Here's what you would do if you find a video that looks good. I'm going to click into it. I would, of course, play the video. If you're familiar with the video, then you don't necessarily have to play it. You can just click through the questions. But if you are new to the video, you can simply start playing it. You can determine whether the content is good, the visuals are good, and this one has a big gap before the first question, so I'm just going to jump ahead, assuming that I absolutely loved the first 50 seconds. I want to see what that first question is about. So I come to it, what is Newton's first law of motion? And so the student would answer this. So I have to decide, do I want this question? Do I not want the question? For now, I'm just going to skip it to see what the rest are. I don't have to watch all the content. I can just click ahead to the next question and see there what it is. The reason I'm doing some looking now is just to decide if this is even a worthwhile video. If not, I'm going to go back to searching and continue there. If I do decide that this is something that I would like to use, I have some options. If I just want to copy it into my content and save it to work on later, I could just click on copy. If I love it exactly the way it is and I want to distribute it to my students immediately, I can click assign, and that will bring up the Google Classroom option where I can send it out to the exact classes that I want to use this. If I like it, but I need to make some changes, I can go to edit. I'm going to show you that because that's the only, of these 3, it's the only sort of complicated option. In the edit section, you can see that I can cut segments. I can do voiceover. Those are great options, but I'll show them in different videos. I'm going to skip right ahead to questions. And you can see that I get my interface with the buttons to add new questions. So I can go anywhere on the timeline and add new questions or notes. But if I want to edit these questions, I simply click on them. And you'll remember that this is the question about what is Newton's first law of motion. If I like that question, keep it, keep going. If I want to delete it, I can hit the trash can. If I want to edit it, I can click the pencil. And then if I want to keep going in the video, if I like this one, I can just continue and it will keep playing the video. The edit brings up the exact same menu for when you're starting from scratch, except that the text is already there in the question. So you can change that however you like. When you're finished, click save, and then you can either keep playing the video or skip ahead directly to the next question. Edit this as much as you want. You can add, delete, move, change questions. When you're all finished with it, you simply go up to the Finish button. And now that the video is yours, you can see that the name under the video has changed from the previous teacher to me. And now I can continue to edit. I can make another copy of this. I can delete it if I decided I was just junk. Or now I can assign it to my students. So I'm back to those options from the first video that were kind of the basics about EdPuzzle.